Hey everyone, my name is Ray. I'll be walking you through how to become a one-man band. That's basically what's going to happen. Some things to start off, I will not be drumming. Even though I am a drummer, I do not have a drum kit that is mic'd. And I do not have, well, I do have an electric set, but it sounds terrible. So I want something that sounds really good. So I'll teach you how to do that, just for this case, so we can get some good drums going. I will be playing guitar, I will be doing bass, I will be doing vocals, and I will be doing keyboards, all of which I will show you how to record from beginning to end on a pretty cheap budget. Some things to mention: for software, I am using Acid Pro. The reason I am using it is because it offers some really good guidelines. If you can take a look here. These guidelines are very simple. They allow you to basically edit on certain beats for like every fourth beat, every eighth beat, every half beat, whatever it is, or even just a full beat. It's very useful for programming drums, which I will be using Drumkit from Hell, brought to you by Toontrack. For my guitar, I'm using a BC Rich Warlock. It's a good guitar. This is my practice amp, line 6. Again, it is just a practice amp. I will not be using it. I will be using what we call VST. That will enable me to get a strong guitar sound. It will be emulated, as opposed to using something like a PV 5050 or something like that. I'll also be using one of these little devices. It's called Audio. PreSonus or ProSonus makes a version like it. They're both $100, very good. The only problem is that it is mono, which works out great. We can record monoly as opposed to stereo, so you can only get one side at a time. We will centralize the guitars first, and then we will split them out left and right before lead and rhythm. One of the things I want to mention is that what we're doing right now is a bass line. I will be using a simple drum beat, which goes every quarter beat, and I will be recording a guitar along with it. Now, it doesn't matter if the guitar sounds good or not, as long as you have a basic idea of what you're doing. So that's what I'm trying to accomplish here. If you don't have the ability to do so, I recommend getting a dual screen. It's very useful. On the left side, on the right side, I can have this, and on the left side, I can do that. I can use the recording software there. So let's begin. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. One of the things I want to do first is one of the things I want to mention is that Acid Pro is beautiful. I like the grid lines, but we'll go ahead and set the settings first so we can read the Audio little box that I have. So we'll go to the Audio tab. Select Audio, make sure it's line 2 as default, apply, hit OK. It's very simple. I add a MIDI track here, and then add the soft synth drum kit from Hell. Makes it very easy to get started. You can see it right there. The first thing I'll do is I'll actually open up the grooves and add the very first drum beat. It's a very simple quarter beat. It's very easy to use, and this is why I love Acid Pro. I just copy and paste everything completely throughout. And then I'll add audio track here, which is where I'll record the guitar. So right click anywhere in there, add audio track, and then make sure that your line is recording. Remember, again, it's mono, so you want to record just that one line, which is line 2. Add a plugin. And for the plugin I'm using, it's Amplitude. I have a guitar setting already set up, which is called Heavy 3. And you'll get to hear that sound here pretty shortly. All set up there. Be sure to hit the record button. One thing I want to mention is you want to set the tempo ahead of time. I already mapped out the tempo to be about 180. And we'll go ahead and start recording right about here. useful to have dual screen monitor. Well, here's why. On one screen, I have my VSTs, Drumkit from Hell, as well as my mix. On the other screen, my video editor for this, but tracks that I have right now. Again, remember, right now we're trying to get a bass line. It's not going to sound good. It might sound pretty terrible like mine is, but that's okay because that's why we're here in the editing process. Thanks for joining me with this first part. Join me for the second part.